Welcome to Raz Plus. Raz Plus is your go-to site for thousands of research-based literacy resources that are printable, projectable, and digitally assignable. With Raz Plus, educators can be confident that they have the necessary resources to support an entire instructional cycle through a blended approach to learning. Let's go to Joanne to learn more. Joanne?
Thanks, Jennifer. In this session, you will learn how to navigate Raz Plus, use Raz Plus through the instructional cycle, access resources that support differentiated literacy teaching and learning, and set up student access and assign customized resources. Let's take a look. Raz Plus is both teacher and student-facing. Through this dual platform, all components of an instructional cycle can be supported. Learning A to Z's instructional cycle begins with instructional guidance and resources that are supportive of 21st century teaching and learning. Next, online and offline resources provide students practice in a blended learning format. And finally, through Raz Plus's assessments and data, educators can make informed decisions to again move through the instructional cycle. We will begin by exploring Raz Plus resources that support classroom instruction. To access your Raz Plus account, type raz-plus.com into any internet browser. Next, log in with your username and password. On the home page, there are 4 main navigation tabs, in addition to a search bar. These 4 tabs are the Resources tab, the File Cabinet, the Manage Students tab, and the Teacher Corner. Please note that the File Cabinet will be explored in further detail in the recorded webinar titled The File Cabinet: Get Organized, Collaborate, and Personalize Learning. Be sure to check it out. To begin locating resources that support instruction, it is recommended that you first explore the Teacher Corner. The Teacher Corner is a great place to locate tools for additional help and to understand our leveling system and curriculum correlations. To learn more about our leveling system, please select Learning A to Z Text Leveling System. Here, you will learn about our text leveling system, including the qualitative, quantitative, and reader and task consideration measurements that determine the complexity of our texts. Learning A to Z's text levels can stand alone or be correlated to other popular leveling systems. To access the various correlations, select Level Correlation Chart. For ease of use, this chart can be downloaded and saved as a PDF or printed. In addition to correlating to a variety of leveling systems, Raz Plus materials have also been correlated to the U.S. state standards, a variety of core reading series, and the Common Core standards. Further, Raz Plus materials are linked to other curricula and assessments, such as NWEA's MAP assessment, Engage NY, and the International Baccalaureate Program. Through the use of Raz Plus's leveling system and the various correlations to other leveling systems, assessments, and curricula, educators can be assured that all the resources they use complement one another for the purpose of extending their students' literacy learning. After exploring the Teacher Corner and viewing the corresponding recording on the File Cabinet, you will now want to explore the Resources tab. This tab will be your go-to tab for instructional support and resources. The Resources tab is organized according to 9 drawers. Please note that the 9th drawer, ELL Edition, is accessible through an additional subscription. In each of these drawers, you will locate thousands of differentiated literacy-based resources to support the needs of all readers and writers. One of the most popular resources are Raz Plus's leveled books, which can be found in the Leveled Texts drawer. By clicking on the All Leveled Books link, you will be able to filter for specific reading levels and additional criteria such as genre or books with guided reading lessons. Once you've found a book that you would like to use, simply click on that link, and you will be transported to that book's landing page. On a given book's landing page, you will find all materials that are associated with that given book. For example, this book, Coral Reefs, comes equipped with a leveled book lesson plan, writer's response activities, skill-based response resources, and discussion cards. All books are printable, projectable, and digitally assignable. Keep in mind that Raz Plus's leveled books are only a small portion of what is available to support differentiated 21st century instruction. Spend time clicking around and exploring to find everything you need to support your students' literacy learning. As you are utilizing Raz Plus resources to provide instruction, you will also want to give students practice with the skills and strategies they are learning. As explored in the Resources tab, this practice can be provided in a blended learning format that incorporates both online and offline learning. To begin utilizing the digital student-facing side of Raz Plus, it is recommended that you first roster your students through your Kids A to Z Student Management portal, which can be accessed through your Manage Students tab. For initial help with rostering your students, please refer to the recorded webinar, Rostering Your Students in Kids A to Z. You can also learn more about customizing your students' access in the recorded webinar, Kids A to Z Customizing the Student Experience. Once your students are rostered and you have made generalized adjustments to their access, you may want to further customize their Raz Plus settings. To do so, check that the Raz Plus tab in your classroom roster section is highlighted. On this tab, you will be able to change your students' reading level and customize the reading room, which is Raz Plus's library of digital texts. Adjustments to the reading room can be made individually, by group, or for the whole class by selecting student names and using the pencil icon at the top of the column. With the pencil icon open, select Customize. Here, you will be able to select which resources will appear in the reading room. For example, in addition to texts written in a variety of languages, parameters can be set for level ranges and types of texts your students will be able to access. Be sure to hit Save and Close when you have made your selections. One final area for customizing your students' Raz Plus access is the Settings button. Here, you can select your grade level, how your student's name is displayed, and if you want to have reports sent weekly or monthly via email. Also customizable is turning on and off completed assignments, setting mandatory listening levels, and turning on or off constructed response quiz questions. Once your students have been rostered and their accounts have been customized, your students are ready to begin using Raz Plus. Now that your students have been rostered and adjustments have been made to their access, you will want to begin assigning your whole class, groups of students, or individual students Raz Plus assignments. By assigning assignments, you can provide student-targeted practice with skills and strategies, make cross-curricular connections, and build motivation. Assigning assignments can be accomplished in two ways. First, on your Raz Plus homepage, once you have located a resource you would like to use, check to be sure it is digitally assignable. This is denoted by the planet icon. Next, hover over the resource. An Assign button will appear. You can also locate this button from a resource's landing page. Now, determine if you would like your students to listen to, read, or take a quiz for a given resource. For specific resources, you can also check if a constructed response question should be included in the quiz. Finally, select whom the assignment should go to. You can choose one student, a group of students, or your whole class. Make sure to hit Assign at the bottom of the page and check that you receive a Successfully Assigned notice. The second option for assigning assignments provides for greater functionality. To utilize this option, you will want to be sure you have viewed the corresponding file cabinet recording and have begun creating files. With your file cabinet underway, select your File Cabinet tab and locate the file of resources you would like to assign your students. Upon clicking on the file, you will see the option to Assign Resources. Here, determine if you would like your students to read, listen to, and/or take the quizzes on each of the resources in your file. You can select if the quizzes should include a constructed response question. Next, determine if the set of resources will be assigned to one of your students, all of your students, or specific groups of students. Finally, you can name your assignment, include a message to your students, and set a due date. Don't forget to hit Assign e-resources at the bottom of the page. Your students will now be ready to access their assigned resources. As your students are using Raz Plus, you will want to access their work for assessment purposes. To access student work, click on the In Basket tab from your Kids A to Z Student Management portal. Once in the In Basket, check to be sure the Raz Plus tab is highlighted. On this tab, you will be able to access student work that is awaiting review and work that has already been reviewed. You can filter for the work of all your students or specific groups of students. Finally, you can also filter for which type of student work that you would like to view: assessments, practice recording, or constructed responses. After choosing filters, you can now select an individual student and view his or her work. The final piece of the instructional cycle is data, which serves to inform instructional decisions. To utilize Raz Plus data in conjunction with your other formative and summative assessment data, click on the Reports link in your Kids A to Z Student Management portal. On the Reports tab, be sure All or Raz Plus is selected in the Products drop-down tab. Here, you will be able to view data in a top-down format. In other words, you will be able to view data about your entire class, groups of students, and individual students. Reports are as follows. First is the Student Activity Report. Here, you can view how many books individual students have listened to, read, taken quizzes on, how many recordings have been completed, and how far along each student is in their level up progress. The next report is the Skills Report. This report provides data on how students are doing on specific literacy skills and strategies. The assignments reports will allow teachers to view students' progress and scores for each assignment sent to one student, a group of students, or the entire class. Assessments is next. This report provides information on previously reviewed running records, high-frequency word assessments, most common words assessments, and alphabet assessments. Please note that any time you would like to drill down to specific data as it relates to a student, you can simply click on that student's name and be transported to his or her page. Now that we have reviewed how Raz Plus supports the instructional cycle through teacher-facing resources and the Kids A to Z Student Management portal, let's look at Raz Plus through the lens of a student. To log in, students will enter kidsa-z.com into any internet browser. An app for mobile devices is also available. Next, for first-time users, the teacher's username will need to be typed into the teacher username box. For subsequent logins, however, students will be able to simply select their teacher's username. Once the teacher's username has been entered or selected, students will now see a listing of all names on the class roster. Students should locate their name or their identified shape and color. By clicking on their name, students will be prompted to enter their password. For students like Ashley, she is prompted to enter a text password. Other students, however, are prompted to select one or two icons. These unique passwords are assigned by the teacher during the rostering process. With a successful password entered, your student will now be transported to their Kids A to Z platform. Depending on your student's setting, he or she will see one of two platforms. Currently seen on the screen is the Kids A to Z Intermediate platform. As an alternative option, students may also see the original platform, as seen here. These options ensure that Kids A to Z is a personalized experience for all users. Once logged in, students will see a variety of options to choose from. Please note that while we are currently viewing the intermediate platform, all functions and features are available also on the original platform. Here, students will be able to receive messages from both teachers and parents. This feature is a great way to motivate students, provide feedback, and clarify expectations. Messages can be text-based or recorded. Next, as students are earning stars by listening to, reading, interacting with, and taking quizzes on texts, they will be able to spend those stars on different backgrounds and on customizing their avatars. In addition to earning stars, students can set purposeful goals, which result in earned badges. These are a great incentive to further motivate students. The next feature is stats. Here, students can see how many stars they have to spend and how many they have earned. By clicking on the Reading tab, students can see how many books they have read last week and how many books they read this week. Additionally, students can see how many books they have read and listened to and how many quizzes they have taken. Finally, they can also see how many tasks they have remaining in order to level up to the next level. This is a great feature to encourage students to set personal goals and to self-monitor progress. Finally, students can also navigate to Level Up, Reading Room, Assignment, and Assessment areas. In the Level Up area, students are able to read, listen to, interact with, and take quizzes on texts that are at their reading level. Please note that while in any read version of a text, students are able to record themselves reading and use a variety of e-tools for close and strategic reading. Levels in this area will automatically progress as students demonstrate proficiency. The next area is the reading room. When a student enters the reading room, he or she will be able to read and interact with a variety of text types at different levels. Recall from earlier, however, that parameters can be set on the reading room. The reading room is organized in a way that is familiar to how students work online. Here, they will see a listing of most recent books read, most popular books at a given level, books favorited, and books by topic. Students can be active participants in the book room by favoriting books with the heart icon. The next area is the assignment area. This is where students will find teacher-assigned assignments. And finally, if a teacher has assigned a digital running record, alphabet, or high-frequency word assessment to a student, it will appear under Assessment in the Intermediate Student Portal and under Flight Check in the Primary Student Portal.
On behalf of Learning A to Z, thank you for viewing this session. We hope that the information presented gets you excited about incorporating your new resources into your classroom. If at any time you have any questions, concerns, or need additional support, please reach out to us at training@learningatozee.com.